Yep. This is about to become a a serious problem. And if we take a look right here, yeah, no rockets there neither. I mean, got a little bit of reserve gunpowder, but yeah, this is about to become a problem. About to become a serious problem. Hello, anyone, everyone, and no one. Welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock. And it is episode 16. Now, previously, we moved the rocket shop with Foxy in the shopping area over there, and, you know, that turned out really good. Really happy with how that turned out. Really loved the new shop location, the new theme of the shop, and everything. And it's great. I absolutely love it. You know, and previously before that, we've been working on the witch hut, getting it going. But as you've seen there from that little clip right at the beginning, we're starting to have a minor problem. I mean, if I even go over here, yeah, there's 2 gunpowder there. We're seriously about to have a rocket problem. Now, this witch hut underneath here, you know, this witch hut here is great. It's served its purpose, and it will continue to serve its purposes for a lot of things that are needed. But it's not enough. It's not enough for the realm with this many people playing on it. The amount of people burning through rockets, it just can't keep up. It can't keep up. So today we're gonna try to build a mob farm inside the witch hut. Yes, a mob farm inside the witch hut. That's what I just said. You know, I figured that this was going to happen all the way from the beginning. That's why I kind of wanted to get this roof on relatively quick. You know, this thing is good. It's good for rates. It's good for a single player world. It's good for a world that has a few people. But a lot of people, it just can't keep up with. You know, I'm constantly AFKing here. Foxy is AFKing here quite often too. And it just doesn't cut it. Now, on Simply Bedrock, I built a mob farm here recently. I think it was last week. That produces about 5,000 to 6,000 drops per hour. Now, I don't have a perimeter that big here, and as a matter of fact, this perimeter is not big enough. I've did a lot of math, crunching and everything, trying to figure out where I can place this thing inside of here to get the benefits from it, and I've actually got to do a little bit more perimeter work. Now, the actual witch hut itself, if we take a look, you can see marked out by the cobble there, that's the perimeter that I had to secure, which was more or less just a player's ticking area, which was good. But in order to make this thing that I'm going to build in here work properly, first thing we got to do is we got to account for density checks. So we got to bring this out an additional 4 chunks that way, and that way. So I guess first on the list today is I'm going to turn back on my cheaty pack that, oh, the cheaty pack, the X-ray pack, because I don't have 37 hours to clear a perimeter, and I've got to extend this out. So yeah, it's time to do a lot of cave lighting. Yeah, a lot. And phase 1 is just about done here. Got a lot more logs out of it. Sadly, I don't think that this is going to be enough to do those corner posts over there. But if we come out here and take a look, I have extended the surface perimeter all the way around through here now, which should cover the surface cap for the density check, which will not be bad at all. I think I've got all the trees. But next it's time to literally start cave lighting this thing. And first impressions, it doesn't look too bad. I say that, and that looks like it's positioned like a ravine. Please don't be a ravine. I know I had one ravine over here already that I've taken care of. There is definitely a slime chunk there that is going to have to be slabbed. Well, I guess first things first is just dive on in here. Hi, how are you? Hi, Chop. And, oh, that was a little cave. That was nice. Well, maybe this won't be too bad, actually, looking at it. Because if you can see right there, that's where Foxy had Big Chicken AFKing at that skeleton farm, which is, it's relatively close, but I did a ton of cave lighting under there in the past. So this may not actually be that bad at all. And looking around here, I am not seeing literally anything under here, which is surprising. Now there's a slime there, spawner there. Where are we at? That is the slime farm? Yeah, because right there's the trident killer. And oh, hello. No, that was lag. Okay, and let's see, anything that, wow, just this one little cave. But this little cave is a prime example of something that can really mess you up. just this itty bitty cave here could spawn a bunch of mobs in here and just completely obliterate the density check. So let's see, that one is done. A little bit of overkill on the torch spam there, but not too worried about that. Moving on. The only true area of concern appears to be just about right here. Now, if I go right back over here, yeah, you can see the shulker boxes down there from the mining area. So there's really, maybe, hopefully not too much that has to be done. Where was I? Let's take a look here one more time. I need to go over just to the edge of that chunk right there, which is literally right on this line here. And it looks like most of this is going to fall outside of this area. Yeah, you got this thing called ice in your inventory, Slack. No, 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 don't you knock me in that lava. No. Whew, this is dangerous over here. I do not like lighting this area up at all. They want me dead. And I think the area is just about done. I went and did all the cave lighting down there, and honestly, the caves down there were not too bad at all. Now, after lighting up all the caves down here, and lighting up all the surface, I still had the entity pack on, and I came back up here and I AFK'd at the witch farm for a few minutes, and nothing. Not a single witch. Not a single witch. Now, the problem that I ended up finding was right down here, this area of stone here. There was a ton of drowns in there. A ton of drowns in that area. And then out here as well in these waterways, which technically was outside the density cap, there was a ton of drowns as well. Now, even though they were outside the density check, they were still, the way the game reads, global mob cap, you know, you mark out your perimeter, but the game still sees so far out. And we had every bit surpassed global mob cap just in my area. I mean, Zoe's online now, but I was the only one online for a little bit, and yeah, it was well over. There was at least 50 drowns right there in that pool. Right over there, there was another good 30 or 40, and it was just like that all the way around. There was several spots, including, like I said, this spot right down here that had at least 30 in it. So we got all those cleared out and everything, and the witch hut, the witches actually started dropping again, but it's still not enough. It's just not enough to keep up. So I think next I'm going to gather up some resources to actually build a mob farm in here. So I'm gonna need a bunch of magma cubes, rails, and everything. So yeah, I need to do that, and I need to block off that section up there because all will make sense in time. But yes, it's time for another resource gathering mission, so I'll be right back. Well, I've got just about everything gathered up here, and it's actually gonna pain me to do what needs to be done next. I gotta start chopping up some of the floor that I literally put in just the other day. It's just, oh, that's just my luck. That's just my luck. And stage 1 complete. Remove big section of floor that we placed in last week. Next on the list is to start throwing in tons upon tons of magma cubes. Now you may be curious, why so many magma cubes? Because I'm doing pretty much a drop system. Because this thing is going to be a baby in comparison to the one that was built on Simply Bedrock the other day. So I'm electing for the same kind of kill method as I did over there, to just straight drop them to their death as quickly as possible. The reason being is I want to clear them from mob cap as quickly as possible. Now, sometimes if they're wearing armor or whatnot like that, they just don't always want to die. So the magma cubes are here to just kind of help, you know, push them along to their death real quick. And with building that one the other day, we had a ton of drops go to waste. I mean, a ton while we were building it. So I figure actually I'll get the collection system in first. That way, if I get mobs spawning on it while I'm building it, I can already be collecting the drops. No waste. Because let's face it, we need as much gunpowder here as possible. Now, as far as the rates go, this thing is going to be a lot less than the one over there. That one over there can produce up to 6,000 drops an hour, but it has full, wow, but it has 4 full modules. This one here, I'm only going to be building 1 module. So it's going to be a lot less per hour than that one over there because of game mechanics and how mobs spawn, which I'd have to go into a whole book of things to explain out. But needless to say, this one will work. It won't be as crazy as that one over there, but it will work. So yes, yeah, more magma, more magma. Now, just sitting here thinking while building this thing, I know a question I am going to get asked and pointed out is, Slack, you could just water stream all those guys into one point and have them fall down the central spot. And yes, absolutely, 100% you could do that. The issue with that and why I choose not to do that is because I want to clear the cap as quick as possible. By having the mob spawn, hit a water stream, be moved over, and drop down, that is longer that the mob has to be held in that cap. My whole point here is to clear the mob out of the cap as quickly as possible. There is another potential way of doing this.
No, it's not. It's impossible. It can't be more than one.
No.
You're lying to me, Slack. Hey, speaking of lying to you, know, you had a bone to pick with me in the last episode. I had a bone to pick with you, Mr. Lizard.
Uh-oh.
I went AFK at your farm.
And didn't get nothing.
And I went into chat, and I got kicked because I was in chat. You said it works. It doesn't.
It works for me perfectly.
All right, I'm well for me.
Well, I can't help it. It's your British internet connection.
My really good internet connection keeps kicking me out.
Yeah.
It's too good. That's the problem.
Well, you know the new spawning mechanics, they only spawn spherical around you, right?
Yeah.
So what if we went to an area that was far away, that had not been loaded yet? We built a staircase up, and then we pillared out. Technically, if no one loads it, we could build a big one without actually building a perimeter.
Without doing a perimeter, but we can never ever touch the ground.
Right. If we ever touch the ground, we can't even
go within
60 blocks.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's tempting, isn't it?
That. Oh man. The thing is, though, it just takes one of the other players to just fly over there in a video to check it out and have a look, and that's it. The entire thing, real.
Yeah.
I'm tempted.
I am too.
We could always do the perimeter afterwards, but if one of us falls off, and I'm saying one of us meaning me, it will just ruin the whole thing, and I'll be in trouble.
Yeah,
the hours wasted.
My deal with this, but this is only going to get us what, maybe 2,000 drops an hour.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, only 2,000 blocks an hour. Oh man. I wish I had a bit more than that. Isn't this going to make a mess of your witch hut design?
Yes, I really don't want it here. I really don't. I've done said that in the video.
Let's do it somewhere else then, and so that above an ocean, right?
Okay.
And then we'll build a mob farm above it. And that way, if we fall off the mob farm, we're going to land on the platform. We're not going to affect anything.
Okay, that sounds really good. I like that idea. What are we going to build the platform out of? Are we going to build it out of glass, or are we going to build it out of slabs?
Glass? Made of money.
Well, I've met up with Foxy here. We've decided that we're actually going to do this, but where we're going to do this is not at my base. Alrighty, and after much debate, yeah, it's not going to happen today. The mob farm is just not going to happen. There's too many things else that need to be done in preparation. Again, I do not want this thing in the witch hut. You know, as much as we need a mob farm, I don't want it in here. I do not want it in here. We've made some plans, and we're going to start on that really soon. But that will probably not be what is going on today. So what is going to go on here today? Well, first things first, if we're going to do a not a giant witch hut? No, not a giant witch hut. If we're going to do a giant mob farm, there needs to be some preparation done. And by preparation, I need a smelter because I tore out the previous one, and I need a place that it's going to stay permanently. You know, I don't want to build it, tear it down, build it, tear it down. I need a place where this thing is going to stay. So that is what we're going to do right now. We're going to build an official room that we're going to have for smelting. So I think I'm going to build 3. I think I'm going to start with just 3. I don't know. It may go more than that. It probably will go more than that. But we're going to start with 3 of the smelters that I've done in the past. You know, the ones I have a tutorial for on my channel. So that's what I'm doing right now. I am prepping this area here. This chunk right here is where they're going to go. So yes, let me get a few of these in and let's continue on from there. And guess what? It's update time. You know, I know it gets a little confusing sometimes with the updates. I'm not even sure how to blend them together sometimes, but got the furnaces in, and you're probably like, well, why aren't they running? Well, because I've done got all the stone that I need, and actually this is happening once again after the next episode. So yeah, let me try to explain a little bit here. When trying to do a collab with somebody else on the other side of the planet, sometimes you take the opportunity when you can get it. Like that clip up there, me and Foxy recorded it. He thought he had some free time, so we were going to literally start on it right then. So I came down here, was gathering up some stone and everything, and then of course, you know, something came up. You know, different time zones, different sides of the planet. He had stuff he had to go do. So I decided, alright, well, I'll get these smelters built and get some smooth stone sorted out because we're going to need a lot of it, and I got a lot of it down there from the mining session. And like literally as soon as I got these built and got, I think it was 8 to 10 shulker boxes of smooth stone, he had to change the plans again and was able to record. So you take the opportunity when you can get it with people that are on the other side of the planet, you know, and Foxy is a great friend, and if I get a chance to record with him, I'm going to drop everything. So there was no progress update. This episode was left dead in the water. But alright, so here we are. I am now editing, and I realize I need a progress update on what is going on, or scrap the whole episode, and I don't want to do that. So we got the furnace arrays in. And as you can see there, that has been all tore out, and it works good. You know, totally original design. Foxy totally approved of it. I've got clip footage of it. He approved. Amazing clock. He is really happy about the clock. But you know, there's something else I want to show you all too. You know, I love this community. I really love this community that I can't even put it into words. Look at this. Look. I got a traveling wood shop here. I mean, take a look at this. Hashtag Blame Prowl presents Traveling Wood Shop. This pop-up wood shop will depart on June 25th, 2019, or when the stock is sold out. I mean, it's great. I mean, we got jungle logs, 2 for 64. You know, what is this? 2 for 64. And you know, somebody may be going, well, that's a lot. It's not an issue. It's not an issue. With the rocket shop, this actually saves me so much time that it's not even funny. Somebody has bothered to gather up the wood for me and help me out. Yes, I would gladly pay for it. I mean, we got this. This was done by Prowl and Zloy. I think Zloy helped build it. And then you got this from Tiz. You know, it's great, man. This community is awesome. I just can't put enough thank you into this whole community. I mean, it's like this right here. You know, I don't even know if I got a chance to show this on camera yet. You know, Zap just built an amazing wood farm, you know, a tree farm, and it was a full box. I done grabbed something out of here. But the support and feedback from everybody, it just makes it worthwhile. It makes it worthwhile. Yeah, we got storylines. Yeah, we got gimmicks. Yeah, we got all that going on. But at the end of the day, it's just amazing to play with all these people. It is. It's just amazing. And it's not just the people that I play with. It's the community as well. And speaking of the community, that brings us over here to the Hall of Comments. You know, there are so many good comments each episode that I cannot pick them all. You all are an amazing community, just amazing. And I try to go through and I pick something that I really like. You know, I read every comment and I try to reply to every comment where I can and it's relevant. But yes, Hall of Comments. Let's get on with the next 5 episodes, shall we? And we left off at episode 5, so let's kick it in here at episode 6 with the quad spawners. We got Maxie W with, or Maxine? Maxine. We'll say Maxine. Hopefully I get that right. Hey Slack, I know that some of the footage is missing, but I just wanted to say that this video was really, really funny and I enjoyed it. I love the banter between you and Foxy, and you guys are a great team. Man, that was the episode where we decided to team up against Money this season, and it has been an amazing run since then. The amount of stuff that happens between me and Foxy that doesn't make it onto camera could be another 5 episodes in and all by itself every time. It's just, it's loads of fun. I can't even put it into words how much footage ends up on the floor from our editing. Which leads straight into episode 7, another collab with Foxy, Wither Skulls for Days. And I chose Dry Fish here, and he said aside from the mini freezes this episode, it was really fun. Now what he's talking about, if you haven't seen that episode, there was a more of a montage in it, and at that point, you know, I was really struggling. I had no graphics card on my PC at that time, so recording became an issue, and I had a normal hard drive instead of SSD, and my editor could not process the data fast enough, and it led to tons of problems. I almost scrapped that whole episode. I really did. But I showed it to a few people. I showed it to Foxy, and they're like, just put it out anyways. You know, most people may not even notice, and most didn't, because what happened during that little bit of a montage was just, it was gut-busting hilarious. That whole thing. Man, I've really one of these days got to get a better internet so that we can stream together, because the stuff that happens that just never makes it, as I said a while ago, is just crazy. It's just crazy. So, immediately after that, as a matter of fact, all these episodes were recorded on the same day, so me and Foxy were quite tired as the day drug on. So right after that, it led into episode 8, Withers and Spawners. And I chose Draco here. Help, I need a doctor, I need stitches. You and me both. At this point, we had been recording for so many hours it wasn't even funny, and we were both starting to lose it. Just anything was setting us off. There was literally a point where we were just sitting and crying and laughing at each other. You know, I put that in my video. I think Foxy put some of that in his. It was a long day, and it was loads upon loads of fun that I can't put into words. And then we'll go to episode 9, mining, trading, and planning. This was a more chilled episode. This was I needed a break day because the editing of a Foxy collab is sometimes takes just as long as the recording, going over it and getting all the footage correctly, getting all of what you consider to be the best scenes. So for episode 9, mining, trading, and planning, I chose Patrick here. Wanal? I'm probably not doing that justice. Wanal. Well, no, that sounds right to me, but it's probably not. You and Foxy should open a Walmart, buy out all the other shop's stock, and then resell for one or two diamonds more. That is potentially an ideal. I like the sound of that. Now, episode 10 here was End Rating with Foxy, another gut-busting episode. And I love how the game decides it wants to filter some things out. You know, this is Gypsy Hippie here. And she replied with, I absolutely love watching the collabs with Foxy. You know, you both leave me in stitches. And, yeah, Foxy. Oh, God, Foxy. You know, it's crazy. It's a lot of fun. It is just so much fun that I can't even put into words. I mean, it really is. But, you know, this episode's starting to get a little long here, and I've got another one to edit after this, so we'll have the mob farm coming here very, very soon. But I think that's where I'm just about going to wrap up today's episode. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like. And if you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye!